Your assimilation into the Good Talk Network begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, I'm Jonah from the Good Talk Network, and today we're going to be talking about the very best way for you to enjoy the final season of Game of Thrones. It's going to be a season of death and tragedy, and we're going to turn that into a way for you to have some fun and earn some bragging rights. That's right, we're going to make death fun in the final season of Game of Thrones. This segment of the Good Talk is presented by a couple of amazing sponsors, Schultz Property Maintenance and Chaos Games ND. We're proud to have them on board supporting this show. So just what is the Game of Thrones Deadpool? Let me tell you what it's not. This doesn't mean our favorite merc with a mouth is going to come sliding in to vanquish the Night King and take care of Cersei Lannister and save all of our heroes from pending doom. No, this Game of Thrones Deadpool contest is relying on the death of these characters, and we're turning it into a way for you to maybe get some bragging rights, gamble a little bit, maybe earn some beer money, deciding on who will survive this Game of Thrones season. So here's how it works. We have a category of 10 main characters and a category of 10 side characters. Every player in the Game of Thrones Deadpool is randomly assigned one of these characters. The goal is to be the last remaining player with 2 surviving characters at the end of the season. Once one of your characters dies, you're out. You're eliminated from the Game of Thrones, and you can't win unless, of course, at the end of the season, everybody just has one character remaining. Then we got to go to the tiebreaker. All tiebreakers in this Game of Thrones Deadpool are decided by screen time during the season. So if there's more than one player with 2 characters, or everybody's got 1 character, because that's how your bracket worked out, a quick Google search of Game of Thrones character screen time will let you know who won your tiebreaker. So, without further ado, let's break down our 10 main characters and our 10 side characters, starting with my favorite, my queen. Long may she reign, the crazy one. I'm talking Cersei Lannister. She wants it more than anyone else. She's given up a lot for it, and I hope she's sitting on the Iron Throne in the end. Her brother, the wine-drinking dwarf, the man who drinks and knows things, a better diplomat than Field Commander Tyrion Lannister. Their brother, the golden-handed former greatest swordsman in Westeros, Jaime Lannister, a man who's been on his path to redemption for a very long time. Will he sacrifice himself to save another? Will he kill Cersei? Time will tell. Let's move on to the Starks, the most dangerous person in Westeros right now, a faceless girl. A girl has no name. I'm talking Arya Stark. Her sister, and arguably a character whose only major piece of success in the story is survival, Sansa Stark. Chances are we're going to see her there at the end of the story. Their brother, the omniscient, time-traveling, three-eyed raven Bran Stark, a character still with secrets to reveal. And then, of course, the bastard of Winterfell, Jon Snow, or is it Aegon Targaryen? What name will he choose in the end? His aunt/lover? Is that okay? Daenerys Targaryen, mother of dragon, queen of the Andals, and would-be savior of Westeros. Next up, arguably the most honorable character in the whole show, the only pure character in the series, Brienne of Tarth, a great warrior, the only person to have ever defeated the Hound in single combat. I love Brienne. I think she's going to make it. Our final main character is the wise White Walker Slayer himself, Samwell Tarly, probably the character telling us this story that is Game of Thrones. Our side characters these are the characters that round it out. My favorite, the fiery red-bearded leader of the free folk, Mr. Tormund Giantsbane, who is probably the only man in history to be hopelessly in love with Brienne of Tarth. His buddy, the Onion Knight, Davos Seaworth, who has realistically found himself on the losing side of almost every battle in the history of Game of Thrones. I don't know if I'd want Davos on my side, but I think he's a good man. Leader of the Unsullied, the Bald One, Grey Worm. I think his story ends in tragedy. It's not going to be good for the Unsullied there on the front lines of the Night King battle, boy, let me tell you. The Old Man, Sir Jorah Mormont. He's been ready to die for Daenerys Targaryen for like 5 seasons now. He's probably going to get his chance in the final season of Game of Thrones. Then, of course, the crazy ship captain, Euron Greyjoy, kind of a wild card in this story so far, and he's got our next side character held captive. I'm curious if she'll find her way to safety when it's all said and done. Yara Greyjoy. Will Theon be able to save her from the clutches of Euron? I don't know, but I'm excited to see. And then a man who has become a massive fan favorite, the pseudo stepfather of Arya Stark. I'm talking Sandor the Hound Clegane. Who else is looking forward to the Clegane Bowl? Man, I can't wait. Then we have something that I think a lot of people have forgotten about, probably the last living Baratheon, Gendry the Blacksmith, who will play a pivotal role crafting dragonglass weapons for our heroes in the final season. And a woman who has taunted and toyed with many characters and messed with his life, the Red Witch Melisandre, a character who has predicted her own demise in this story. You're probably going to lose if you get Melisandre. And our final side character, Game of Thrones' version of the Merc with a mouth, the best one-liners in the show, a man who was almost a dragon slayer. I'm talking about Bronn of the Blackwater. I love Bronn, and I hope he makes it. So those are the characters we have, folks, and of course I realize that Game of Thrones is a big world with a lot of characters. If you want to use other side characters for the purposes of your Game of Thrones Deadpool, feel free to include them. I think the only other character worthy of main character inclusion is probably Theon Greyjoy. So there you have it. Once again, this episode of The Good Talk has been presented by a few amazing sponsors we're proud to have on board. I'm talking about Schultz Property Maintenance. Dial into their Facebook right now and get your spring cleaning services hooked up. We're also sponsored by Chaos Games North Dakota, my favorite downtown gaming location. Board games, magic cards, you name it, they're amazing. Go check them out. And most importantly, find your way to facebook.com/The Good Talk Network, where you can catch our live Game of Thrones cast every Monday at 11 a.m. That's Mondays at 11 a.m. The Good Talk Network on Facebook, the Game of Thrones cast. Be there with us as we break down the episodes, predict future happenings, have fun, and much more. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button. That way, when we publish new content to YouTube, you can keep up with us. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of The Good Talk. We'll see you guys Mondays for the Thronescast.